Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the wild card round of the NFL playoffs, and right now we are talking with two of our most successful handicapping guests, Troy West from AllPlaysWin.com and Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Troy West, of course, 26-22 against the spread in the NFL and has come on really strong at the end of the year. Has rolled off like 6 or 7 straight winning weeks in our videos, and Joe Duffy, 27-16 against the spread in our videos this year. All right, guys, first of all, congratulations on your awesome records. Oh, and both of you have also had winning records in the bowl season so far with us. So congratulations on your awesome picks, your great analysis all year with us. Right now we're going to discuss KC in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a 2.5-point home favorite. The total's 46 or 46.5. And, you know, my first thought when I saw this game was maybe a shot with the under, right? Indianapolis has changed their game since they lost, since they've had a few injuries on offense. They're now, very predicated on the run and defense, and their games have been going under, even though they've been getting good wins. KC started going over at the end of the year, but earlier in the year, they were a very strong defensive team. Maybe they'll revert back to that a bit. So my first thought is the under 46.5. Troy West, what do you like here?
Yeah, no, I'm actually going to go with Kansas City outright in this game. I'll take the 2.5, but I think Kansas City, I don't think their season ends against the Indianapolis Colts. This Colts team has been suspect at stopping the run all season long. Their defense has been very inconsistent. I know they typically do play better at home, but I think you're going to get a steady dose of Jamal Charles. I think Kansas City's going to have success running the football. I like Alex Smith to go in there and have a great game. Kansas City's defense, we know, has been pretty darn good all year long, other than a few slip-ups. I think Andy Reid's going to have this team ready to play. I actually do like the fact that they were rested last week. Even though they played most of their number twos, they still played a San Diego team down to the wire and lost in overtime. This Chief team's going rested. I think they'll be prepared. I think they're the more talented team. I think all things line up. I think they'll be able to run the ball and move the ball at will on offense. I like Kansas City to go in there and get it done, Pete. I think they get a win on the road and move on in the playoffs. I'm going to go with Kansas City.
All right, well, I can certainly see, that angle is an interesting matchup, interesting lines. Both these teams have had significant injuries this year. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. What do you make of this game? This is a game that you chose, so I'm assuming that you have sort of a stronger lean on this one than the other wild card games.
Yeah, no, Peter, you and I are actually agreeing on this one as far as the total is concerned. I do think the game is going to be under the total. We know that Kansas City's defense has really struggled at the end. They've given up 27.7 points their last 7 after giving up only 12.3 in their first 9 games. But as Troy said, it is true that we do subscribe to a couple of the scouting reports and the people that study the game films. And everybody that we trust said that Kansas City's defense was wearing down towards the end of the year. Last week, they didn't start any of their 11 starters. Only 3 of them got any playing time whatsoever. So their defense essentially got a bye, which was much needed. As you said, the Colts without Reggie Wayne, just not as potent of an offense. T.Y. Hilton has 7 career playoff receptions. Every other receiver combined has 0. Kansas City much better at running the ball than passing the ball. And even when they do pass, Alex Smith is really the poster child of an efficient quarterback. Efficiency means, he marches the ball down the field, not a big play quarterback. That's good for the under. Pretty high total for, one team that is, they're missing their best offensive weapon. Well, their best receiver anyway, their best offensive weapon is Andrew Luck. True, but Kansas City is really built for the unders, and I think their defense is going to return to form, the fact that they're off of a bye week as far as their starters are concerned.
All right, so that was what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask, what do you make of the fact that their scoring totals completely switched in the middle of the year? You think it's completely attributable to the defense wearing down? They also had a couple of big injuries, and those guys are still going to be out for the year.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's 100% attributable to the fact that they wore down. I'm not going to lie to you. I do think that it was an aberration. Their early numbers, they had a fairly easy schedule, but their defense really is somewhere in the middle, and I just don't think that Indianapolis minus Wayne has the ability to throw the ball downfield the way they were earlier in the year.
All right, I like it. We might have 2 winners here. Troy West liking KC plus 2.5, and Joe Duffy liking the under 46.5 is currently widely available number, so we can give you that one. Thanks so much, guys.